Hey, what's up, guys? It's Marvelous Mark here, and I want to talk about The Walking Dead season 1 through season 7. I just want to give my thoughts, a quick review over the whole series, basically. I started watching Walking Dead in 2014, I believe. Yeah, I didn't know about it before. I didn't know about the comics. I just heard like buzz about the TV show because I heard the ratings, they were going up a lot, and it really caught my attention. And so, I went to the comic store and I picked up Days Gone By, the volume 1 of The Walking Dead, and man, it really really blew me away. So first, I read the comic and then I dove into the show. And it's on Netflix. It has season 1 through season 6 by now. But then it was like only season 1 through season 3. And like when I first saw the first episode, I was like, "Oh, it's kind of slow paced, but no, it picked up from the very beginning. To me, it was slow paced, but it was a good enough pace for me, and because I like a lot of character development in my TV shows, I don't just like them to just going straight into the action because to me it really messes up the narrative. If you have a little story behind it, you have a little character development behind it, then you can go into the action and then you really care for these characters, so you really don't want any of them to die or get hurt or anything happen to them. So we start off with Rick Grimes, waking up from a coma, and just like out of the comics, he meets Morgan. They go to the police station. They get their gear. They instantly become friends. Basically, they just become friends real fast. Season 1, it just picks up. It's like really quick. Uh, Rick finds Lori and Carl on by the end of the second episode, I believe. The second episode, Guts. Yeah. So the second episode, he finds Lori and Carl. The third, that's when they go back and try to find Merle. But Merle is kind of he's really not that good for the group. So what Rick did was really justified, and I know it hurts the group later down the line, and I know it hurts Daryl during that time, but it had to happen because if it didn't happen, Merle probably would have killed somebody. He probably would have killed T Dog. He probably would have killed Andrea. He probably would have did things to Andrea. You never know what could have happened. And yeah, season 1 to me was really good. 6 episodes, pretty good. Really really fast. A lot of character development to me. Season 2, to me, season 2 is my favorite season because we get to see a lot of character development for Shane, and Shane is one of my favorite characters of all time on The Walking Dead. In the comic series, not so much because he died by the end of the first volume of Days Gone By, which really bummed me out on that one. But in the TV show, he got a season and a half to be on the show, and it was really really cool because you got to see what was going on between him and Rick, even on what the episode 10 Miles Out, I believe it's called. Them over there in that little what was it, schoolyard, I think. They just begin fighting over Lori and Carl, and just the love triangle basically that was going on in season 2. And I know some people don't like they don't like Lori, but to me she was a really complex character. She had a lot of layers, and she really cared for Shane and she really cared for Rick. She thought Rick was dead, and so I mean, it sounds bad, but she got with her best friend. But what can she do? But Shane, he's one of my favorite characters of all time. No matter what he did on that show, if he was here now on after that season, onto season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he'll be a major character in the game because I don't even think he'll be afraid of Negan. I really don't think. I honestly, if he would have stayed alive and they would have got away from the comics a little bit and kept Shane alive, I believe that Negan would have actually killed Shane. Well, that is my little theory. I know it won't ever happen because Shane's dead now. But Shane, man, like nobody really come close to him besides even Rick. I like Rick, but Shane, to me, my favorites are Shane, Daryl, Rick, Carol, and probably my number 5. would have to be Maggie. Yeah, Maggie's pretty good too. I re- yeah, Maggie. I consider Maggie as one of my top five. Now we're on to season three, which is the prison. It was really cool to see the prison. It was really different how they did it in the show from the comic series. The comic series, they fought Rick. Who was it with? I think it was Rick, Michonne, and Glenn. I believe. You can tell me. You tell me if I'm wrong. But I believe it was those three. They end up going to nearby town, Woodbury, and they meet the governor, and the governor takes them back and to his office, and then that's when all hell breaks loose in the comics for Rick, and Rick gets his hand cut off, and like the governor just thinks of Michonne that we don't see in the TV series because it's on AMC. They're not allowed to show those kind of things. I always wish they would have moved to HBO like Game of Thrones, so we'll have a little more darker Walking Dead. I'm not saying this is bad. This is pretty dark. I'm pretty sure y'all have seen season 7, the first episode. That was dark when they killed Glenn and they killed Abraham, and a lot of people were upset about that. But you want a character dead, but then you end up complaining when you get it. And I know it's really gruesome and how they did it and everything, but that's just how good the makeup artist, how Greg Nicotero is. Like, you can't really complain about that. When you want a character dead, they give it to you. I mean, you can't. You're not gonna be happy about it, but at least be happy that they gave you what you wanted as an audience. You know, don't just complain. Oh, they killed my favorite character. They killed Abraham. They killed Glenn. Like, you can't really complain about that because you really want a character dead, but then you really don't when it happens. So it doesn't really make sense. But no, sorry. Well, all right. So back to season 3. But season 3, yeah, they meet the governor. They get into war with the governor. That one's really fast paced too. I believe that's some people's favorite season is season 3 because it's really fast. The governor goes to the prison at least 2 to 3 times, I think. Rick and a couple of them, they go to Woodbury. They battle there too. Rick has a hallucination of Shane. Rick sees Shane in Woodbury. He's really hallucinating on everyone that's died. He's even talking to the phone, which was really cool from the comics. They brought that into the show. That he's talking to everyone like Jim, Lori, Amy, even I don't know if he was talking to Shane on one. Even from the show, they added Jackie. He was actually talking to Jackie too, which was really cool. Oh, by the way, the finales for The Walking Dead for season 1, TS-19, and then season 2 was Beside the Dying Fire, which I believe is still my number one finale for Walking Dead. As of now, yeah, season 2, the finale for that one was my favorite. But yeah, season 3 ends with the governor basically killing his own people. He's frustrated. He doesn't know what to do. Rick and them get the win over him. So we jump into season 4. Rick's now a farmer. He's not really involved much in the council meetings. It starts off with a disease that's going around in the prison, which I didn't think was a good storyline. I don't think they should have did that. I think they should have followed a different. They could have come up with something very different other than that. To me, that was a lot of filler that they did for that. They shouldn't have put the sickness, but it just got us ready. It just got us to the governor stuff, which the governor stuff was good too, to see a little of just him, you know. So maybe some of you who really like the governor, you got to care for the governor a little more, or you just hate him even more, you know, for just lying to these people and then getting these people killed. But at least we get Tara out of all of them, so which is good. And Too Far Gone, I still believe, is one of the best mid-season finales ever, like, of The Walking Dead as of now. You know, I don't think it could beat it. Not even season 5. What was that? Was it Slaptown? Or no? I think that was the beginning of the Beth arc of season 5, Slaptown. But the mid-season finale for season 5 was when Beth gets killed and all that, and which was a very sad death too. I actually cried on that part. That was really sad. seeing Beth go like that, and just seeing Daryl and how he reacted to that death was really sad too. Yeah, that was one of the deaths that actually made me cry, and seeing Maggie fall to the floor like that at the very end of that finale, the mid-season finale of season 5, it was really devastating. It was really sad to see that. And season 5, oh, season 5 had the best mid-season, best premiere though. No Sanctuary. That was the best premiere to a season, and it's still the highest rated too in views. Was it season 7 came close to beating it, but it didn't come that close. So No Sanctuary is still the top premiere, and I really don't think anytime soon, at least, that that's gonna beat that. No episode is gonna beat that as of now. At least no premiere. Maybe when we get to the Whisperer stage, or maybe in a little deeper into the Negan stuff. I really hope in the show they don't rush the Negan stuff. Season 8, I don't want them to rush season 8. If they have to, I don't want them to build up anymore, because they built up to it. But don't just rush it through and we're already done with All Out War in season 8. Let it go at least to season 9, and the mid-season finale is where we get that time jump. But the beginning of the mid-season finale, the next one of season 9, that's when the time jump starts, and that's when we get to the new stuff and the new world. Basically, for Rick is basically the president of all the communities, basically, you know. But season 6, you know, was really good. I thought that one was really slow that season. I think that's when a lot of viewership dropped a lot, but it picked up a lot in season 7. With season 7, like I said, the premiere for that season, Negan killing both Glenn and Abraham, that was very sad, very tragic. We got to see that. And through the rest of the season, the first half of season 7 was really slow, and the second half was it was more fast paced, but there were a lot of good episodes, like The Cell. I thought that was really good. The mid-season finale was really good. Of course, the finale for season 7 was awesome. It was amazing. Finally, we get at least a battle. We haven't gotten that in a while. Something like Too Far Gone was like kind of like that. But the build up to it in the first half of season 7 was really slow. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but I wouldn't say it's a good thing either, because I remember the Tara episode with Oceanside. I didn't agree they should have put Tara in a whole episode alone. Even with Heath, he wasn't even in there the whole time, because I know the actor he has another show that he's doing, so you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you gotta make time for both. But I believe that the Oceanside stuff could have been blended in with something else, so we can get 2 storylines, maybe even 3 storylines. But I understand why the Walking Dead does it. Well, I kind of do, because they only have like an hour, and this season they really tried to boost. They really put it to 90 minutes for basically every episode, or maybe a couple more minutes, more than an hour, because they have so much content they're trying to get out, and they just don't have the time to do. They don't have that time frame, and it's not their fault. It's AMC. It's just all the commercials that happen during the show are bad. It's just, if we just had less commercials and more show, it wouldn't be a problem. You know, like basically, I'm sorry to bring this up, but Game of Thrones has a good pace. You know, they do like probably 3 storylines or maybe 2 storylines during 1 hour of everything. But Walking Dead, they need to look into that. You know, AMC, Scott and Gimple, Greg Nicotero, they all need to look into that. Like with I didn't bring him up, but Frank Darabont, I know he's having probably, I don't know if he's still having problems with lawsuit and everything, but season 2, he had all season 2 and even season 1. It was pretty fast paced, and I really liked it. And then after that, season 3, that's when Scott and Gimple came on board. It was still good. It was still fast paced. Season 4, that's when it kind of dropped, but it's cool because Scott and Gimple has a lot of character development, and I really like that, in my opinion. I know some of you don't, but you know, you can't always get what you want, you know. And Scott and Gimple, they have to do what they gotta do for everyone. They have to do what's best for everyone. But yeah, guys, that's my review over the whole season, basically over everything in Walking Dead. And if you want more Walking Dead videos, just comment down below. Make sure you hit that like button, and just come back, share the channel, and just check me out more.